Well, that synthetic protein that they're using, do you know what it's bioidentical to? The placenta.
The imbalance and interference in the nervous system is what causes disease. It's not the number of people that really matter, it's that individual people matter.
That requiring an experimental vaccine is unethical and unconstitutional. So there's 2 points there, unethical and unconstitutional. So can you explain yourself? Unethical and unconstitutional. That's a big, that's a bold statement.
Right. So ethics of medicine, man, we could talk about that all day long. But one of the primary things about informed consent, going back to that little key word right there, is especially people should know when they are part of an experiment and not a drug that is tried and true or a biologic or whatever medical intervention. So,
even in an emergency.
Correct. They should have full informed consent, especially in an emergency, because the standard for an emergency use authorization is that it could potentially benefit, not that it has been found to for sure benefit the situation. So knowing that, there's even higher standards for requiring the informed consent because it's considered experimental. Well, this is highly experimental. Not only is it a new technology, but there's only a few months of data that has been reviewed. And then they've collected a few more months that are ready to be packaged and reviewed. But we also know that looking at this ethical question, the people who are in these studies will be offered the vaccine at 6 months. So in my mind, and I bet a lot of experts agree, that this vaccination will continue to be experimental. What will we know about the red flags that top executives from Pfizer have? Well, a former executive from Pfizer was waving red flag about fertility issues early on. With the mRNA, what you're using in order to provide an immune response in the body is a synthetic protein that goes into your DNA and alters it. Well, that synthetic protein that they're using, do you know what it's bioidentical to? The placenta, the protein in the placenta. So what that means is you're teaching your body through this mechanism, through the mRNA vaccine, to attack this specific protein as an invader. So if you become pregnant after having received this vaccine, will the body see the placenta as the invader and attack it and get rid of it? Because that's what an immune response means, is to take care of something within the body as an invader, as wrong, as something to be eliminated. And there's been some real red flags waved about how widespread fertility issues could come from the mRNA vaccine that's being used. So it's experimental. We won't know the cancer-causing effects, the real degree of DNA change just from looking at 6 months and getting rid of our control group.